Here are 5 places in China that you will not believe actually exist. Right now I'm walking in a beautiful main square. You actually realize you're on the 22nd floor of a building. From the world's narrowest city, you could almost shake hands with your neighbor from across the alley, to a fake town that looks straight out of the American West.
Welcome.
Each one reveals a different side of China that most people never see.
We will start in a place called Yanjin. Squeezed between 2 very steep mountains, you can find high-rise buildings that are constructed in a single row along this polluted brown river. Shopping malls, restaurants, and apartments are literally clinging onto the side of cliffs. The main road of Yanjin follows the river's path, winding through the city with barely enough space for 2 lanes. But somehow, 100,000 people live here, and they face the constant threat of floods and earthquakes, as their homes are sitting on the edge of disaster. I came to Yanjin to document how people are living in this crazy environment, despite the constant threat of catastrophe. My mission is to make a local friend, explore the area in depth, and see if we can survive the most dangerous hike in all of China. One slip and it's over. Oh shit. I first heard about Yanjin from a Chinese YouTuber named Yan.
Good morning, internet!
So I reached out and brought her along with me on this adventure. What's your YouTube channel name?
Little Chinese everywhere.
This is the first time I'm seeing the city right now. You have this brown river and these extremely vertical buildings that are just on the sides of it. It's literally the most bizarre topography you could imagine to have a city. Leave it to China to invent something like this. It's early morning and we are heading to the market to see what people are selling here. More importantly, I want to ask the locals what they think about living in a city with such a bizarre layout. My first few steps on the street here and it's crazy. These huge trucks are just coming through the streets like they're just spitting shit at you. What is it like to live here?
She has been here for over 10 years and life has been good.
Are there struggles of living here because everything is built vertically?
She said they got used to it because the city, due to the geographic environment, it has to be built this way.
The morning market is kind of shoved onto the side of the road here. There's no other space for it. I gotta say the fresh produce, the fruits and vegetables look outstanding here. This shop here has a bunch of live animals. What kind of fish is this? Goldfish? What is that?
Frog. If you buy it from here, they will process it for you and you can take it to a restaurant.
We are in the mountains in the countryside, so they have a lot of fresh fruits. Yeah. Hello. How are you? Hello. I'm trying the plum. It's actually really tough texture. It's like hard. Whoa. It's like the consistency of an apple. Sour. In many ways, this town reminds me of places in rural Vietnam. The way that the people dress, the way that they act, they kind of sit on the side of the road and spit sunflower seeds in small little chairs, the way the shops look. It's really, really, really cool to travel here. And it makes sense because this province, Yunnan, actually borders Southeast Asia. It's all connected in the same land, so it makes total sense to me. So we're now walking in the main part of Yanjin, and I gotta be honest, it feels kind of like normal over here, like this part of the city at least. Some of the shops are really nice and modern, but then of course you have like these traditional farming ladies on the side of the road. What's it like to live here?
Is that good?
Do you ever get scared that there's going to be too many buildings and they're going to collapse, or that people just can't live here anymore because it's not sustainable?
No, they're not worried at all.
Have you ever seen like foreigners here before?
She said, no, not here.
What's the best and the worst part about living in Yanjin?
The most inconvenient part is it's badly connected to other parts of China. And the good thing is the climate is very good. The temperature is very enjoyable all year round.
I'm hanging out on the suspension bridge here by myself. My friends are in the room and everyone's coming by to say hi. It's a pretty amazing sight. Super, super nice people out here.
Hi.
Hello.
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 America.
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 China. Ni hao.
Ni hao.
Ni hao.
Hello.
Ni hao. Yeah. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Hey, we got an I'm fine. That's good. It's crazy how brown the river is. I would say everybody in this town lives within a proximity of 500 feet to the river. So there's just high rise after high rise after high rise, and then steep mountains in every direction. On this side of the river, the apartments look quite nice, but right behind me on this side, a little bit more rough around the edges, but a lot more character. And everybody's super friendly. They just come up to you and say hi. Literally everywhere.
你好，私下的说 hello。你是哪个国家的？你是哪个国家的
American, American.
American 是美国的。哪个国家 ？America. America.
There's a lot of stairs here. We're just like, okay, let's go walk around. First, let's walk up 200 stairs.
It turns out to be a hike.
Yes.
Out of nowhere, 2 policemen approach us and they don't look very happy. I think it's because they see me flying my drone. So I scramble to take it down and hide it. I'm ready for them to confiscate it. But then, the opposite happened.
So the policeman came over to us and we thought they were gonna tell us not to drone, but in fact, he was just telling us where to shoot. He's like, you should go over there and shoot the mountain.
He said over there is a viewing platform.
You can feel how narrow these streets are when you look up. All the buildings are like caving in on you. And the walkways are so narrow. You could almost shake hands with your neighbor from across the alley. It's that narrow. Nice one. She just spit a huge loogie and then she said hi. As if it's no big deal. Where are you from?
China.
China. Nice to meet you.
Welcome China.
Thank you. What? The kids are really curious and cute. Hello. Hi. I'm gonna buy everybody some cards. What do you want? Pick one. Okay. Thank you. Enjoy. So this street is more like the commercial shopping street in town.
Yeah.
The only one, right?
Yeah.
But when I walk here, I don't feel like I'm in this narrow city. I mean, this is a narrow street, but it feels like another big city in China, kind of.
Yeah.
Or do you feel different?
No, I found it's just very much a regular Chinese city.
Yeah.
Like the same shops
Right.
everywhere.
And even though it's so rural here, there's still like fancy jewelry shops. All these fancy clothes stores just make me laugh. Like good quality stuff. It's like a really modern city when you think about the shopping here. These supermarkets are packed with all kinds of colorful candies and things. Like I just want to try all of it. We got an egg, octopus, leg. If I got trapped in the supermarket for 3 years, I think I'd be able to try a different snack every single day. A nice card game going on with some elderly men behind me. Same thing I did as a kid growing up.
Drew, you should try this.
What is it?
Some local dessert.
It looks like jelly. I love China. Look at this. Where else in the world can you get this jiggly thing? These textures are so interesting.
Pretty jelly, right?
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers.
That's not what I was expecting. I thought it would be more like Jell-O, but it just looks like Jell-O. It's like a rice cake smothered in brown sugar. Really sweet.
Try this one.
You want to try this one? The desserts in China are really cool because they're like watery and cold.
And it's never too sweet.
What is it like living here as a young person? Because I notice many people are old.
It feels like home because life is much less stressful compared with that in big cities. Here you can have a very chill, relaxed life.
So how do you have a good time in Yanjin?
They like to play basketball, for example, and also snooker, and then pub. That's a pub.
Oh, I see it. It literally says pub. How often do you travel outside of Yanjin?
They don't work from here. They work somewhere else. They come back for relaxation and be with the family.
Is there anything that you don't like about Yanjin?
He said mostly they don't because it feels home, you know. One thing is that maybe they're too familiar with the place and they know everything, so sometimes it gets a little bit boring.
As we keep stumbling around the streets, we pass by a small tea shop where a friendly group of men wave us in to sit down.
How are you? Yeah, he's inviting us for tea.
Little did I know that this random act of kindness would change everything about how I see Yanjin.
What's the most interesting thing about living in Yanjin?
Drink tea.
The flower tea. To be honest, this tea looks really like, there's a lot of stuff in here. It's not just like water and tea bag. There's like fresh ingredients. In America, we don't really have a tea culture. People just like, if they drink coffee, they don't like sit and enjoy it. It's not like a relaxing thing. These guys are really nice. They just forced us to come sit with them and they're just giving us tea and just hanging out, trying to understand what life is like here.
Yanjin people are very warm-hearted.
I can see that.
热情好客，
What kind of things do you do to keep you happy here?
喝汤，
Drink
然
tea.
后就是
啊
其他就走下公路。
He said it's a small place, so they drink tea, sometimes play cards together, sometimes take a walk.
That sounds like the most enjoyable life ever. Do most people work or they just hang out?
刚好下班了的嘛。
He said people work, but now it's like off work time.
我们干活的时候可以去干活。
Oh, they are like they work on construction side.
身体都好。
Look.
Strong man.
他说你很强壮。
一百八。
This is actually one of the best teas I've had in a long time. Yeah.
很开心。
是。
大家就是在这儿喝茶呀，聊天。
In my opinion, it seems to be stressful to live like so stacked on top of each other and you don't really have much free space. Is it stressful to live here for any reasons?
习惯了，习惯了就好了。
From afar, the houses are very compact, but as long as you get used to it, he's quite used to it, so he doesn't feel so stressful.
What about if it rains a lot and if it floods? Is that a problem?
我们这是河道。
Only in like 1992, that was a big flood like every 60 years. So like the houses near the river got flooded and then they just moved to a little bit higher area and wait until the flood.
That sounds really stressful.
你说弄过那样。
He said it's very rare, so only every 60 years.
This awesome guy that we just met for tea is now inviting us to go see his house and we're walking up all these stairs to get there. Okay, let's go. When you first saw me, you were really friendly and you smiled and waved and you invited me for tea. What did you think about seeing a white person with red hair walking through the streets of Yanjin?
我们那会儿都爱到外面去。
He said for them it's very common just to, say
Oh.
hi and
Yeah, I appreciate that.
he said he's also happy.
5th floor, no elevator. Let's go. Old building. So cool.
He said, come here and take a seat.
It's really nice. Nice.
我们这是最便宜的那个。
He's asking, do you want to have some water?
Yeah, sure. That'd be great. It's actually a really, really nice apartment. It's clean, it's big, huge living room, TV set up here, pirate ship, and a cat who's like, what are you doing here? The shower is just above the toilet, which is in the ground. It's all in one room. Wow. That's okay, it's okay. It's cool. Tell them I think it's cool. You always can feel the culture when you get inside a house. Always. Thank you. 谢谢. So how much renminbi does this cost a month if I were to rent it?
基本我都在眼睛租好交都是现金的。
Like 10K a year.
A year? 10,000 a year. $1,300. 1,300 for a whole year. So $100 a month. This place is sweet. That's really affordable living. Is the river water like clean if you swim in it?
它水有点脏。
He said it's a bit too dirty to
水
swim.
没一下好。
It looks really brown.
我们游泳的是在小湖里面。
He said they swim in the small rivers, not this big one.
What is the significance of the river for the community of Yanjin?
哦，游船没得，他鱼游的嘛。
They used to go fishing quite a lot in the river, but now there is like a fishing ban for 10 years for environmental reasons.
Do you have brothers and sisters?
我们家姊妹的多，
His parents has altogether 7 kids. He's a 6th.
这就是我大姐姐。
You're the last generation to have brothers and sisters, which means you can be an uncle. Because the people that I've been meeting, such as your age, they're all only child, so they don't have siblings. For me, it's so hard to imagine like having one child. We hear about it, in the US. The fact that you can't have more than one kid is really interesting to me.
就少我正儿八经那个。
He said for his generation, it's a shame they can only have 1 kid. But now young people don't feel like having kids anymore.
That's what I kind of figured out. Do you think it's a problem if people aren't having babies anymore? There's already 1.4 billion people here.
肯定是不是？
He said yes.
应该是不是？
For the future generations.
Uh,
Do you know what YouTube is?
我们看不懂它那个。
no.
So basically, in the US, we have this platform called YouTube. People like myself can create videos and they put it on YouTube, and that's my career.
我也没问题。
He said that good.
我们中国的有个姑娘叫啥呀？
He said there are some Chinese are also making travel videos on TikTok, Chinese TikTok. He will show you.
It's basically the same as the one we have. It's just all in Mandarin. It's amazing that people all over the world are doing the same thing. It's just in their language. My dad does this too. Like people in the US, they just do this. My nephew's in the Philippines, all day, they do the same thing.
I really had a great time at O's house learning about his lifestyle. He politely kicks us out because he has some errands to run, but later today, he invites me on an epic cliff hike that most locals avoid because it's too dangerous.
I'm just having a moment here to myself and just appreciating this incredible place. The happiness levels here are as high as you can find anywhere in the world. And the craziest thing is, they don't have a lot of money. They live in basic apartments. Everything is pretty affordable. They're very family oriented. Out of this entire China series, this might be my favorite story so far. And if you enjoy this video as well, let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear from you. The Yen is taking me to a famous restaurant here.
They have, look at this, come with me. So that's very typical Yanjin stuff. That's this deep fried potato, and they also have sweet potato noodles, which they are still preparing right now. She said they made it themselves.
Everything she's cooking behind me looks amazing. I've never had sweet potato noodles before. The tofu looks fresh, the sausage, and it's all boiling in this massive pot that's about 2.5 feet tall. As you can tell, they take food very seriously in China. Basically, you just take a cup and then you take out these massive chopsticks and you grab what you want. It's hard to use big ones. First timer over here, first timer.
Don't worry.
Sorry guys, this is not working out really well. Trying my best.
This is the highest level of chopstick.
Yeah. She's backing up. Okay, cool. And then all this, you put it in. All right, it's like Chipotle. You go down the line and you get everything you want. This looks so good. Why?
She said that's not for this.
I'm so sorry. White guy's eating with my large chopsticks. All right, the best thing about this bowl is that it's $1. And this is kind of our salad that we just got ourselves, and she put a bunch of stuff on it. Sweet potato is so good. What I love about the food here is it's really fresh. People are obsessed with eating fresh food here.
For all the Chinese who migrated to the US, many of them have their own garden.
I can't explain how good this is. So many flavors. Spicy, tangy, sweet. This is these sweet potato noodles, which I've never had before in my life. Look at that. Oh. Is this a regional thing, the sweet potato noodles?
Yes.
Wow, look at my skills. I saw you do it, so I'm just trying to... They taste quite different than regular noodles. They're a little bit like softer, and they're really slimy, but super tasty. Meow.
Meow.
Where you at, bro? Okay, we'll see you in like 30 minutes.
O is ready to take us on the epic cliff walk, so we're gonna quickly finish our noodle soup before heading out. He tells us to meet him back at the tea shop with his friends.
Hello.
Hey.
Hey. Alright, we just found our buddy. He's here at the same shop drinking tea, and I got a gift for him. He's gonna be really happy. For you.
Oh yo.
It's a gift. A gift.
The 30-minute drive into the wild begins, and I have no idea what to expect.
We are starting the hike. Yes, he's saying be careful. I actually don't really know where we're going. Yen knows where we're going. Wow. We're going up and up and up. The views are epic here.
You know, there are some coffins, wooden ones over there.
Got a lot of stairs here. We're moving. Stairway to heaven. It's the first time I've turned around to look back. Absolutely epic backdrop. Come on, Yen. You got it. Are you tired? The only 3 words we can communicate are hello, okay, and bye-bye. Oh! It's amazing how they have this ancient staircase here that goes probably way back. As Yen was telling me, it's how the old farmers and merchants and traders would bring goods from Yunnan province to Sichuan province, because we're right here on the border of both. So who are these guys?
They're living on the other side of the cliff.
So they have to pass it every day?
Yes.
Whoa. When there's a train, like, the horn is so loud, the whole city can hear it. All right, so it's just me and O that's gonna walk through. Hopefully we'll be all right. I mean, if it's life or death and I need to communicate something, it's not gonna happen. Here we go. This is so freaking wild. If you drop straight down, it's about, I don't know, a few thousand feet drop. This reminds me of Death Road in Bolivia. If you're not trusting your balance, you could be screwed. Oh my God. Are you okay?
I prefer to stay on the ground.
She's like Spider Woman over there. Okay?
Okay. Hello. Okay.
Something I don't do enough when I travel is just sit here and take a moment to reflect on what I'm looking at and what I'm doing. And man, this is the part that makes me the most nervous right here. It goes straight down. Woo! Oh my God. You get that pit in your stomach when I look up or down. Look at these two ladies just like casually walking across the cliff walk. Oh, she has a bird on her shoulder. Is this your pet?
It's her baby.
What's the name?
它有名字吗？
小黑。
小黑 like little black.
Shohei. What an epic place to meet her with a bird on her shoulder than this massive. Oh my God, that could have killed me. I could have just fallen backwards. Like, holy shit! That scared the shit out of me. Yeah, and that could have been the end. Oh my God.
His name is Tang Tang.
What's your name?
Oh, my English name is Amanda.
That's my sister's name.
Oh, sister's name.
Amanda.
Are you scared of this road?
A little.
How often do you take this road?
Every 2 days when there is a market.
Isn't it difficult to walk this?
一点都不怕吗？
我们习惯了，主要是。
No, they are very used to it.
What about the time when the earthquake hit? Was it scary?
那时候只是我们这个山是垮了些嘛。
He said like starting from here, all those mountains, they are not affected by the earthquake, so they are fine.
All right, guys. Well, good luck out there.
啊，好，谢谢。
Bye bye. And they're actually using this road to get across to the other side.
After the hike, we stumble upon a nice village nearby, and it's a whole different world from downtown Yanjin. We can't end this video without sharing a meal with O.
Everything feels a lot newer than the other place. And it's super quiet, but they preserve this kind of like ancient feel of the buildings.
He said, welcome to here.
Oh, thank you.
And wish you good health.
Thank you. 谢谢.
He said, may the world peace.
Peace. O has taken us to his friend's restaurant here in this little town. The food has just arrived. It's been cooking in the kitchen for quite some time, and there's a lot of food. If there's one thing I learned about being in China, they like to eat. You just kind of pick whatever you want. It's very communal. Oh my God. I've never had tofu this good before. Really good. Extremely spicy. Cilantro, oil, tofu. Try this one. This looks like bacon. Really rich flavor of pork, soaked in this really, really tasty juice. It's basically like better cured bacon. You're really lucky that you live here because every meal is so good.
Like the people who are living on this land is nurtured by this land.
Where I come from, everybody orders one dish and nobody touches it. Like if somebody says, can I have a bite? They're like, no, bro, that's mine. It's totally different. There's one takeaway from this story. Let it be that life is so peaceful and beautiful out here. Everyone seems to be really happy and the food is really freaking tasty.
慢吃. That's what we often say on the Chinese table. That is bon appetit.
慢吃.
慢吃.
So far, I know that you're a chill guy. But everybody's got stories to tell. So I'm just curious, like, do you have anything crazy to share?
He lost his mom when he was only 8. He said after he finished his middle school, he was working in a restaurant and got paid 5 yen per day. And then he saved some money. And then when he felt that he had enough, he just packed his luggage and went out.
52岁一个人来个人肯定有故事噻，好了肯定就没我们的这个。
And he saved for like 300, 400 yuan.
钱没得了就不亏命了。
He said just 1 month, and then he spent all his money. He went back to Kunming where he has a relative.
I'm touched by O's honesty in telling his story, and I can't believe he backpacked all across China alone. But in the end, it is very clear to me why he chooses to stay in Yanjin. The strong sense of community, the blend of tradition and modernity, and the beauty of these narrow mountains are unlike anywhere else I've been.
Thank you. 谢谢. Okay, thank you. Okay.
Next up, we are heading to a place that looks straight out of the American West. It has over 3,000 homes with decked out American interiors.
It's crazy how much this living room feels like a log cabin in Wyoming.
A lovely square with American churches, cowboy statues, and American cars.
Didn't expect to see a Tesla charger here.
And you can even find sizzling steaks on the menu.
A nice rare steak.
This town aims to be an exact replica of Jackson Hole, Wyoming, my favorite small town in America and where I like to spend the 4th of July.
The fireworks started.
But China's bizarre replica is actually one of the country's 6 copycat towns, an effort to showcase exotic travel experiences that appeal to the wealthy Chinese who are seeking a luxury lifestyle. But do people actually live in Jackson Hole, or is it a failed ghost town? And despite the growing tension between the US and China, is it true that people here are actually idolizing the American dream? I'm flying halfway across the world to find out.
Welcome!
Joining me on this adventure is Rachel, an American who's been living and working in China for the past 9 years. She speaks Mandarin quite well and has traveled extensively around China, so she offers a unique perspective on its culture. Both of us share a common mission to understand why China is obsessed with modeling fake towns after iconic foreign cities. But this one, called Jackson Hole, hits home a little deeper. Our drive is just 2 hours northwest of Beijing, and it takes us through beautiful mountain ranges with the Great Wall of China snaking around them. But when we finally arrive at the resort gate, the guard refuses entry.
Did we just get denied entrance?
Wait a second, let me just call my friend. Is there any way the guy that you know will be able to help us to just come inside? Yeah, so my friend, he has a contact inside who works at a hotel, and he's gonna call the guy inside.
We're Americans and we want to...
We're Americans.
Thank you to Rachel's friend.
We're going in.
The guard's like, okay, these 2 Americans can pass. But I am curious to see what we're gonna find. Is it gonna be cool or a bust? We shall find out. We have a nice display of art here on the wall, vehicles shoved into the wall, and then these like screens and keyboards. Really weird.
As we explore the town, I'm excited to experience the Chinese version of Wyoming. The real Jackson Hole is famous for its stunning mountains and world-class skiing. This replica city aims to capture the charm of the original with its wooden lodges and Old West vibe. Right away, I'm scanning for the nearest saloon, expecting square dancing, beer clinking, and a big crowd. But in reality,
so Rachel and I are in the main square here, and we're the only ones in the main square.
It's quiet. Like,
how does it make you feel?
Eerily quiet. You just hear the birds chirping.
But it's really nice though.
It's peaceful though. It's not too scary or anything. I think it's just a really off-season time for this place.
I think at night it would be kind of scary. It says Jackson Hole, Wild West. Here you have a cowgirl with boots on holding a mic. Over here you have a lovely church that is just perfect with a candy cane in the front lawn. A little gimmicky, but cool.
so where are the tourists? And what about the people who supposedly live here? Right now it's just the 2 of us and it's eerily quiet. So we knock on some doors to see if there's anyone around to speak to.
Nothing's open. Is he coming?
Oh, hi, 你好，你好，你们开门吗？门前走。Oh, okay.
Okay.
谢谢
Thank
你，
you.
谢谢你。啊，好嘞。That's
Let's
really
try.
nice.
This
Just
place,
walk over.
100%, 110%.
110%.
No, this one's definitely not open. How could it be an American town with no American food? 24-hour open on the sign.
But it says that they're open.
Closed. Wine and grill room, that one's closed too. Someone's got to say something about that huge medical plaza.
We want to go to the American town to
Right.
go look at the Psychosomatic Medicine Museum.
Just then, we spot our first local, and I'm shocked to discover that he speaks perfect English.
Can you tell us about this building? What is this?
It was supposed to be serving the whole community here for like healthcare and all that kind of stuff. And then during the pandemic, it just closed because like all the communities closed.
Do you know who like built Jackson Hole, China?
It was just a developer.
Oh, it
and-
wasn't the government.
No, it wasn't developed.
But like no one lives here. So I don't know, was it a bad investment?
Actually, all the houses are sold out, and each house is worth around like 10 million RMB.
Each house is about $1 million.
Yeah.
And it's sold out.
It's sold out.
That's crazy.
I think it was sold out in a week.
We've been here for 4 hours and I've seen a total of 5 to 10 residents walking around. So it's empty.
Basically, people just stay in a house because it's hot outside.
But all the shops are closed in the main square.
Yeah, usually like residents here are from Beijing and they work in the city, and they during the weekend they just come out.
So it's like a resort town.
It's more like a weekend and holiday vacation kind of thing.
It's cooler.
Do you like America?
I do as a country.
Okay.
I don't agree like with everything
Yeah.
that America has, like gun control, like drugs,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
all
yeah.
that, and, safety. It's just like everyday life.
So you wouldn't move back to America to live there? You're like just college education and I'm done.
Colleges are pretty good. I would say like elite education is pretty good in America, but other than that, like living wise is better here.
Dude, you're a legend. Thank you. Seriously. So helpful.
So nice to meet
I appreciate you, man. Even though it's American here, you still got China flag waving proud. Just as a reminder that we are, in fact, in China. My friends Yes Theory came to China and did a story on this Paris replica town in China, which is fascinating. That's what gave me the inspiration to Google more. And not only did I find this one, there's one called Hallstatt that's a replica of the town in Austria. There's one called London Town. There's a German town. It's so interesting that in China, they just build these replicas. They have the power and the funds to do so. And of course, enough people to come visit, or kind of. On the side of the street, we have corn, literally corn, that was planted here to resemble America. Didn't expect to see a Tesla charger here anywhere in China. Look at this house, like the presentation of it, the flowers, it's perfect.
The feeling's like I'm in America.
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
until I see this guy roll up. Okay, we're definitely in China.
Almost.
What draws you to China that you stayed for 9 years?
I think it's just so different than the culture and the place that I grew up. I'm from Texas, from the States, and Yeehaw! There's so many things that I loved about living there and growing up there, but once I had the opportunity to come and live in China for 1 year, it kind of drew me in because it was so different, the culture, the people, the language. The longer I stayed here, the more I was like, wow, the more I don't know actually, and the longer I wanted to stay to travel and experience more.
So being here, what is it like as an American for you?
Oh, it's so much strange in a way to see this kind of style of architecture, the American feeling atmosphere as well, because I haven't seen any places like this in China before. I have a lot of respect for Rachel's love of China, but with only each other to talk to, I'm starting to miss the point of visiting Jackson Hole. What is there to do around here? We're heading to a hotel to check if there's anyone to meet or any more context to get. I literally had this same thing in my house growing up, and it's still in my house. That's weird. Makes me feel like I'm home. Ni hao. How are you? Trying to figure out if there's anything in town. Thankfully, Rachel speaks Mandarin. She's saying that like today there's no activities. I was trying to ask because it looked like there may be organized activities sometimes.
Is it because it's too hot?
Okay.
Are there any?
I think it's a good idea actually. She says the coffee shop over there, and there's a Lao band, like a boss, who maybe can introduce the place better.
Come in, we are open. Hello.
Hi.
This cafe is super cool and hipster. It's like old retro vibes. If this cafe was anywhere in the world, I'd be inside of it. It's that cool. But ironically, we are in the middle of nowhere. There's all this like antique stuff in here. I don't know if it's, oh, it is American. Look, Florida. You got a friend in Liberty. We have all the license plates. Kansas, corny.
No.
Go for it, Minnesota. Hog Wild.
Hog Wild, Arkansas, represent.
She went to college in Arkansas. That's pretty cool.
What's your name? 你叫什么名字？
Shudi.
You have cool style. I like your style.
很帅，很酷。
This is my first time using Alipay. It's how you buy things in China. Apparently everything. Last time I was here, they used cash before COVID. Now it's QR code. We got a cute little sippy cup here, like on a little baby. See if it's any good. And we got a heart here on the lid. Coconut iced coffee. Pretty good. Very good. Thank you so much.
Oh, 谢谢你，谢谢。Thank you.
Gave it to us for free?
Yeah, really nice.
What happened?
The driver just texted me. He said that the car has a puncture in the tire, and he needs to repair it. Oh my gosh, are we gonna get stranded in this town?
Are we gonna get stranded?
Yeah, in America it's fine.
Are you okay?
Oh no. 什么时候？
It's literally like 100 degrees outside here. It's super hot. We came in the middle of summer.
This feels like a classic American thing though, you know, like a road trip, car breaks down, you know?
So right. We're just kind of meandering around. There's horse statues. Yeah, America. So there are a few residents here just walking around. We're trying to figure out who else is living here because it feels like a ghost town, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty empty on the streets.
Our friend Shudi offered to take us around in his car. He's already got music bumping in here. Nice car. Ni hao. You live here? Nothing. Nada. Okay, we stopped at his friend's house because he said we can go inside and check it out, so we're here. Oh, I like your shirt.
Wow.
Hi. Nice to meet you. How are you? Ni hao. Last year, I went to Jackson Hole, Wyoming. Really nice.
He said he's been to Montana, and I was asking him, like, do they look the same? He's like, kind of.
Yeah, kind of. Like the street looks similar. He invited us in his house. Let's go. It says welcome. No joke, this actually feels like I'm in Wyoming or anywhere in like rural America. It's like just the way these like the brick houses are, you know, these are fake bricks, but they make it feel real.
Whoa, how 漂亮.
Holy crap.
Oh my gosh.
This is super nice.
Wow.
This is super nice out here. Wow.
Welcome.
It is so crazy how American these rooms feel. Like these like log cabins, there's like old records and CDs, the pictures, even the chairs and the lamp feels American. It's so crazy that we're in the middle of nowhere, China. I came here thinking that it would be American, but I thought it would feel really fake and staged. This is real. It's crazy. Is this interesting for you to see this?
Yes, I've never seen somebody like in a Chinese home, this many different international CDs, records, books in English. That's so crazy.
It's like anyone's grandfather in the US would be collecting CDs, DVDs, records. You got the TV in front of the fireplace. You got the bison over here. It is nostalgic. This is like 12 years old mouse. He's got an iMac right here. Very, very nice American invention.
All his books are in English. What? This is very rare.
How long have you lived here?
12 years.
12 years?
Yeah, wow.
The only thing you're missing is a moose head coming out of the wall.
They said not many people in China do that.
Beatles records on the table.
Whoa!
This your girlfriend?
The Judds. Wow.
Look at all these records right here. Old school.
Hotel California.
Wyoming license plate. Hey, where did you get this one?
我的一个朋友送给我的一个卡车的。
His friend gave him from America.
It seems like you really idolize the American lifestyle, and people in this community want to feel like they're in America. Why is that?
因为是这样，因为我平常工作啊也。
So he's saying I think he really enjoys it. He's traveled a lot. And so I asked how many times he's been to America. And he said, like 70 or 80 times.
70 times? What's your favorite place in America?
旧金山 San Francisco.
Oh, San Francisco.
附近的这个。
Why was Jackson Hole, China originally built?
是这样，因为呢，中国呢就是改革开放以后发展的速度比较快。
So he's saying like in other places in China, like we were talking about, there's places like that are built to look European or German or French, and that they were like, why don't we make an American style place? It's kind of like what I was thinking about, that a lot of Chinese people may not have the opportunity to travel abroad, and this is a cool way that they get to integrate and learn about another culture and to engage with it when maybe they don't have the time, the money, something like that to travel abroad. This is a way that it brings another country to them.
Conceived by a Chinese property developer in 2004, this community was built in collaboration with a designer from Oregon. In Mandarin Chinese, the name literally translates to Hometown USA. It was marketed not only as an escape from the city life of Beijing, but from China as a whole. In 2015, Chinese state media criticized Jackson Hole, portraying the town as unpatriotic. But as I walk around and meet people, it is clear they can't get enough of what makes America, America. Now we have a chance to meet a new neighbor and get a tour of her house.
Hi.
the gnome.
Hello. Hi.
You speak English?
Not good enough. I'm sorry.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
How are you?
It's very good. Nice to meet you.
I'm fine.
Oh,
Nice to meet you.
you live here?
Yeah.
It's such a nice house. I feel like I'm in America right now.
You speak Chinese?
We just keep finding more people and we're going into more houses and it's getting more interesting. Wow, this is very nice. What do you think about America?
What a
Ride a horse.
yeah.
Ride a horse?
Yes.
Yeah, so I think you're mashu ma.
对
She's like a horsemanship, like she rides horses.
来看我的。I like Kentucky.
Kentucky.
Yeah.
She just said I like Kentucky.
因为我比赛在。
I also like Kentucky. This picture here, I think, is the Mayflower when Christopher Columbus discovered America. I think this is the boat that he was on, next to Kermit the Frog. All right, this kind lady invited us into her house, so let's see what we can see. Ooh, whoa. First thing I see is a pink pony. Whoa, she likes sailboats. This is cool.
And she's got saddles.
She's got the deer. That is so cool. She's got a saddle here. Oh, this is Arizona. That's my state. This flag is Arizona state flag. And there's a cactus on it. I can't believe that it's actually this realistically American. Golf. Our friend had to leave, but he gave me his hat to wear. So I'm gonna rock it for the rest of today. This is awesome. We have baseball, football, American football, volleyball, basketball, and soccer. This looks like a dresser that I would have as a kid growing up.
Have a good day.
Bye-bye, have a good day.
Bye-bye. Unfortunately, she can't join us for the horses. She said her parents are in her house and she needs to care for them. So we are heading to go find the horses with Mr. Cool over here. Horses.
Let's go.
Let's go. He's telling me he's a metalhead.
My friend, 好多都是 dance.
Do you like corn?
Corn. Yeah.
You know corn?
Yeah. Dun 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 dun. We will rock you.
We've entered the horse center. I think we can ride horses here or see horses. The weird thing is, it's like North Korea vibes. There's no one around here. It's really empty.
And there's no horses out right now.
So far, we don't see horses, and there's definitely no people here.
No.
It's a little weird seeing stables here alongside an empty track for riding. It's almost as if they are preparing for huge crowds, but we are the only people here.
We're awkwardly following the horse guy to see if we can find him.
We're on the horse hunt now. Like, where are the horses? Oh yeah, here we go. I can smell them.
Smell that?
I can smell them.
Whoa. That just got on my, the spit of the horse got on my face.
你饿了吗? Yeah, hi.
I do not feel like I'm in China right now, do you?
Are we in America?
Yeah, what's good? Like,
Oh my
seriously,
gosh.
there's horses?
Do you like horses?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yo. Wow, this guy's really friendly.
Yeah.
He's like inquisitive. He's like, take me out of here. It's really cool to see horses here. I would not expect to see that anywhere in China. This horse is named Lisa. Nice American name.
Touring the stables shows a shared appreciation for horses in these different places. Wyoming's Jackson Hole embraces horses as a symbol of its rugged Western spirit, deeply rooted in cowboy tradition.
So cool to be at a rodeo for the first time in Wyoming.
Here in China, horses historically symbolize the army's power. But as I'm finding out today, there is a growing interest in equestrian sports and riding, which is one step closer to the Chinese-American dream.
Quite a beautiful artificial lake here in front of these amazing houses and even these high-rise condos they have here. It seems like these are 10% filled. I don't know if in the wintertime it becomes more crowded, but here in the summer it is really, really empty and weird and freaky feelings. Do you like America?
Yeah. American feel.
How long do you live here?
6 years.
6 years.
Yeah.
Wow. Do you enjoy?
Yeah. Very enjoy because life happy 是其中之一。one not only one. Happy 还有探索，还有发现，还有感动。
America and China, the government, they're not friends. So why do they make this town American town?
Ask Orenda's boss.
I didn't get that.
He said, ask Orenda's boss. He's like,
Not
I don't know
ask
why
me.
he's like, I don't know why they make this town. Ask the boss.
I'm American, so I think it's really nice to see, feel a city that is American. But in China, I think Chinese people, government, they don't like America.
People is people. Government is government. Government 从某种角度来说 is homes 里的爸爸妈妈 tell children don't do this, don't do this. Government is the same.
We cannot end our Jackson Hole experience without trying some classic American food.
Just popped into a restaurant here in Jackson Hole. We're the only ones inside. It's completely empty. There's a very nice wine rack here. Lovely fireplace. Cool ceiling. A lot of reminders that we are in China, like these little smiley face things. Very Chinese. We got our steak coming. 谢谢. Wow, this looks like a delicious steak. It's pretty small. You know, American portions would definitely be bigger. But we have these little carrots here. We have a little broccoli and a piece of corn. That's pretty American.
And then you got a little pepper steak
Yeah, a
sauce
little pepper
or something.
sauce. I don't know if that's what it's for, but too late. Time to give this steak a try. A nice rare steak. It's peppery. It's really tasty. A little chewy. A little too rare for me, but you know what? It's still cool to have steak in China.
Got our steak, America.
America. Corn on the cob. It's really mushy. Weird. We got our Coke, but that's what it says. Chinese Coke. And even the writing in the back, the ingredients is all in Chinese. Cheers. I don't even drink Coke that much, but it's good.
Thinking back on this experience is really strange. In Jackson Hole, China, it feels like America, but a much quieter version. As for the people I met, they really do love the United States, but their understanding is based on stereotypes. As an American, many things here do remind me of home, but it feels more like a giant movie set. It makes you wonder why this place exists and what it all means, but it's definitely a reminder of how cultures can blend in unexpected ways, even across continents. Next up is one of the biggest and craziest cities on the planet. There's a city in China that has 36 million people, and it's not Shanghai or Beijing. It's called Chongqing, and if this city was its own country, it would be the 39th largest in the world.
There's like mobs of people.
But amazingly, few people have heard of this city, and I know this after taking a poll on my Instagram. 58% of you guys said you'd never heard of Chongqing before. That was enough to convince me to buy a plane ticket to see what all the buzz is about. So what makes Chongqing so interesting? Well, the city is an architectural masterpiece, often described as a 5D city, with its unique multi-level infrastructure, and it's been going viral on TikTok.
Why did you come to Chongqing?
Social media. Yeah, it's been very viral on TikTok.
The city has layers of roads, bridges, and buildings that are stacked in a way that feels like a maze.
And if you're not paying attention, then you just don't know what's next to you. You gotta look up, you gotta look down, you gotta look everywhere. It's so cool.
Get ready to be culture shocked by the wacky, weird, and bizarre.
She's vibrating this thing into my ear now. What the hell?
As I take you on a journey through the world's biggest city.
Welcome to Chongqing.
I have 3 goals while visiting Chongqing. The first is to meet as many locals as I can and see if anyone speaks English.
I don't speak English.
The second is to find the city's #1 most famous hot pot restaurant, a dish that originates in this city. And third is to see if I can do this entire adventure for $250 or less. Because despite being the world's largest city, I've heard that Chongqing is really affordable, and it's also really confusing to navigate.
When they say that Chongqing is a 5D city, this is what they mean. Right now I'm walking in a beautiful main square. It's a historic place, beautiful temples, but you actually realize that you're on the 22nd floor of a building. The craziest thing is we were walking on ground level from my hotel the whole way to get here, and it just felt like everything was flat. I didn't even realize that we were this high. I've been to almost every big city in Asia, but I've never felt something like this, where you're just standing in a main square and you realize that you're on the 22nd floor of a building. It's totally mind-blowing. Like, I don't understand how the architects were able to build a city like this. The only comparison would be Hong Kong, which is kind of similar with the hills and stuff, but nothing like Chongqing. You know, traveling Chongqing more than anywhere else on the Asian continent really gives me some culture shock. Totally lost in translation.
可以的。谢谢。不客气。
Not a single sign is translated in English. It is all completely in Chinese. The reason that all these people are gathering here on this sidewalk is because the metro comes straight out of the building. It's funny how there's like few touristy things to do in the city, and wherever they are, there's like mobs of people, Chinese tourists.
After watching the metro go through the side of this building, I just have to ride it for myself. It goes without saying, Chongqing's metro is on a whole nother level, literally.
On the train we go. They're bringing a shop on the train. We're making a lot of friends here, but they're quite shy. Where are you going right now? Hot pot. But it's too hot for hot pot. You need a cold pot. What do you like about Chongqing?
It's really nice, and the food is wonderful, you know.
It's my first time here. The city is crazy.
You have to walk a lot every day, right?
And it's confusing because like you're down, up. What do you think about America?
Shooting every day.
Yeah, many shooting.
It's no surprise that gun violence is the first thing these locals think of when they think about America. Even though it's incredibly safe here, I still want a guide to explore the hidden corners of the city. That's why I'm about to meet up with my local friend Joy, who's taking me to the Chongqing Zoo, famous for being one of the best zoos in the world and home to 22 resident panda bears.
Hello, I will show you the pandas. There's a fat panda over there.
Whoa. This is the first time in my life I've seen a panda with my own eyes. Why is it yellow?
I guess because they have a long time haven't had a shower.
I wasn't expecting to see pandas when I'm here. This is so cool. It's like a bucket list for China, you know, check. See the pandas, Great Wall of China, pandas. You know, everybody thinks that Chengdu is a city of pandas.
Yeah.
Nobody realizes that there's more pandas in Chongqing than Chengdu. It's crazy how in the middle of the panda park, there's like these high-rise apartments. All the panda things. Panda, 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 panda. All right, Joy. Joy's a driver in this crazy city. Driving through Chongqing is crazy. You just see so many buildings. Do you think all those buildings are full?
In this area, yeah, it's full. Because this is an old area.
It seems like every 5 minutes you're crossing another bridge in this city. So cool. This building in front of us looks like the Marina Bay Sands, and as Joy just told me, it was made by Singaporeans. Joy, where are we now?
Now we are at the gate for the Ciqikou Old Town. In the past, it's the old village. But now it's very prosperous for the nice food and the retails.
It feels very different here than the other parts of the city.
Yeah.
Like from my hotel view, all I see is like tall skyscrapers. It feels like Hong Kong, but here it's quite traditional and nice.
Yes.
And once again, I'm the only Westerner here.
Yes.
Like literally the only one. I haven't seen a single other one today.
So in China, people like the TikTok, right? The village, they especially put different decorations to attract the ladies come here to put the videos, put on the TikTok, so they can also earn money. That's one strategy, the attracting people here.
Trying some street food called mahua. Oh, it's like a graham cracker. So you grew up here, right?
Yeah.
So how has the city changed in the last 10, 20 years?
I would say first, when you say the city, there are much more buildings built up. And in the past, it's quite like an empty old city. But now we redo the city, we replan this. We attracted a lot of retails.
That's a
like
good thing.
The food and
I've
the
actually
drinks.
noticed like a lot of shops like Sam's Club
Yeah.
and Tim Hortons. A lot of like international chains that are here now.
Yeah.
Even though part of it is newly built, they still have like really cool things here and nice little areas to go to, good street food. It's cool to have this side of the city and not only big, tall skyscrapers. You know, in America, like people have the wrong impression of China. People don't realize that there's like amazing life here.
Yeah, I agree. It's very diverse. The north and the south and the west China, they're so different.
The dubstep has overtaken our conversation. Why is there dubstep playing? What is that?
That's the sauce, the sauce base for hot pot.
I can smell it from here. It's really strong.
Yeah.
Why do people here like spicy food so much?
Because in Chongqing, the weather is too humid. They need the spices to get out the water in the body.
So why do you want to sweat if it's humid?
In Chinese way, yeah.
We are working up an appetite after smelling all the spices in the Old Town. Joy tells me about a famous area in Chongqing that is known for its different street food stalls. So we are heading there to see what I can get within my budget.
We're gonna take 100 yuan, which is about 13 US dollars, and see how many different foods we can try. Are you hungry?
Yeah, I'm so hungry. Let's go.
Let's go.
So the first traditional food I will introduce you is the pork intestine. It's spicy with tofu, but it's so delicious.
I thought we were getting intestine soup, but he actually gave us brain soup. I think if you eat this, you get smarter. Really, really spicy broth. My brain wants to tell me it's bad, but it's actually pretty good. I'll give this an 8.5 out of 10.
8.
They say that Chongqing is the spice capital of China, and this is why. Look, woo, I can taste it from here. Crazy. Whoa, she's drinking food? What is that?
On the inside is actually the beverage. On the top is the chicken meat.
That's genius. There's so many options, I don't know what to get. That's a big ass piece of bacon.
It's 26 for one.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh my God. 10 out of 10.
9.
9. This is really a street food heaven. So many different flavors, things you've never heard of before, textures and colors and tastes. Literally on the other side of this market is a rainbow colored building, which if this building was in any city in Europe, it'd stand out like a sore thumb. But here in Chongqing, nobody even blinks an eye at it. So many options. Wait, durian with cheese? I think we're gonna have to try this one. Thank you. Whoa, it looks like lasagna, but it's durian. I can tell you're excited for this one.
Creamy.
I think it's really good. I'm giving this 8.3 out of 10. What about you?
10.
She got a full 10.
Delicious.
We still have a lot of money left. It's not going down much. What's next?
This is like the dried tofu. This is only 13 kwai.
What I love about Chongqing is that there's all these inventions. Like you can find square pieces of tofu with all kinds of stuff inside. Spicy.
Spicy. They have the green onion, pickles, peas. Yeah, many things inside.
I give this 7.5 out of 10. What about you?
5.
Onward. We got a little bit of money left and we have room for one more dish, which is a dessert.
It's sweet, cute dessert. Look about this.
Sweet and cute. It's definitely Chinese. Let's get the cutest one. What about the panda?
The panda, it only needed 21.
When else do you get the chance to try cute panda ice cream? The hardest part about eating this is we're gonna have to ruin the perfection. Gotta get a little bit of the chocolate. I'm gonna go for the eyeball first. Ah! I really messed it up.
So sweet.
After all that spicy and savory food, this is the best way to end it. All that for $13.
Yes.
So cheap.
So cheap.
1 to 10.
12.
Whoa!
Really cool.
I give it a 12 as well.
Joy asked me if I'm up for something weird, and this is mainland China, so how could I say no? We are on our way to a cafe that's infested with rodents.
Feeding capybaras here in Chongqing. The funniest thing is this little duck follows him everywhere.
These little guys are called capybaras, and if this cafe isn't wild enough, there's also a place where I can get my earwax removed. If you get squeamish, then skip ahead about 30 seconds.
What's stranger than getting your earwax taken out? Watching yourself getting your earwax taken out. Oh, okay. Oh my God, dude, I can't, I'm gonna puke. That is the weirdest feeling in my ear. I don't know what to think right now. It's oddly satisfying just thinking about all this gunk getting out of my ear. Oh, I'm watching it happen. She's scraping it out. She's vibrating this thing into my ear now. What the hell? Ow, loud.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Wait till you get the vibration. As weird as it felt, my ears are clean and I can hear really well and I can just feel that they're clean. There's nothing in there. I would do it again, for sure. Where are you taking me?
We'll take you to the old city center neighborhood called Guanyinchao, and you will see how the local people enjoying their life in the courtyard.
It's really nice. We found like a little peace and quiet square among this massive city with huge apartments right above me. I mean, literally right above us, high rises, and right below it is this calm little plaza. This is a good example of showing how livable Chongqing is for the local residents. So these buildings, they're cheap apartments.
Yeah, it's very cheap, like 2-bedroom, 1,500 RMB
Wow, $206 a month.
a month
So incredibly cheap.
in the city center.
For 2 bedrooms. Chongqing could actually be the cheapest big city in the world, like most livable big city. Because when you think about Hong Kong, Taipei, Seoul, Tokyo, Bangkok, Hanoi, Jakarta, Manila, these buildings would be way more than that, like for a month. So here we are in Chongqing and it's pretty nice for people to live here. I like that.
The living cost is very reasonable. Like the food, the housing, education, public transportation is very livable.
I love that. You're gonna make me want to move to Chongqing before I finish this video. Hello. Thank you.
We have another one.
Wow.
Nice.
It tastes like flowers in a cup.
Look about this building. If you rent like the 1 bedroom, 1 living room, it's about $120 for 1 month, include everything.
The craziest part about the cheap rent is that we're like right in the city center. We're not like in the outskirts. It is an older building, but who cares?
In some Chongqing neighborhoods like this one, you'd never guess it's the world's most populated city. But in others, the crowds are enormous and everyone is lining up to try this bizarre McDonald's snack.
We're getting a durian McFlurry at McDonald's. So you like durian?
Yeah.
Me too.
I really like this. So this ice cream with durian from Thailand, it tastes so good. Don't worry about getting fat. See, I'm still slim, but I like ice cream.
I'm gonna try the durian ice cream here.
Yeah, so nice.
We have just vanilla ice cream from McDonald's and pieces of durian on top.
Only 10 RMB, cheap. Everything is so cheap.
Honestly, everybody hates on durian. It's good. It's like a custard. It's like a creamy
yeah, the
custard.
durian from Thailand, so good. Don't worry, you are so slim. You won't get wet.
It's a taste. But like if I have to eat it, I'll eat it. It's just not my favorite kind of thing.
The streets become alive at night. Everyone comes outside. It's not so hot anymore. Eating street food.
This area is called Jiangbei. The name is for this monument. There are so many tourists come here because this is the city center of Chongqing.
There's so many things to look at. Everywhere you look, there's something else, something else.
We have a word called 打望, means watching beauties.
People watching?
Yeah, watching beauties.
Yeah. This lady is live streaming her business and she's selling things and people are buying them live. What the f?
She was dancing like for the fans.
Shit is weird, man.
So if someone buy her things and to put the good recommends on the products, she was dancing for them.
She dances in the middle of the square and everybody's watching her.
Attraction, get the traction. This is the first ground from the north entrance. But look.
Boom, it goes straight down 20 floors.
And also, you can say across the river,
Whoa.
so many people on the beach.
That's a beach, packed with people. It's completely full. What are they dressing like? Is that traditional Chinese?
Yeah, they're dressing the traditional Chinese dressing.
Why? Just for fun?
For fun, just for fun. Oh, they also do the same thing on Chinese TikTok.
Oh, nice.
你想干什么？我帮你。
The moment I tell them I'm a YouTuber, they walk away because people in China don't have access to YouTube. The government blocks it.
Yeah, maybe you should have a Chinese TikTok and do this in China.
Maybe I should. Can you set it up for me?
Yeah, I can do that for you.
Right now we're walking on the side of the cliff, basically, with the old ancient walls of Chongqing that are still here. And it's really cool. They built all these like little cafes and teas, but it's hidden from the rest of the city. You have to be all the way on the wall to see it.
Because this side of Chongqing is cultural heritage site.
Right.
That side is the modern one.
I have to say, I'm so amazed by this city. There's so many different levels, and if you're not paying attention, then you just don't know what's next to you.
Yeah.
You gotta look up, you gotta look down, you gotta look everywhere. It's so, so cool.
Please look about this one. This is a very, very original old courtyard. They even keep the pavement the same, like my grandparents' time.
Even though it's like a new modern city, they keep the old touches, like this little corner right here.
Before the fog rolls in, Joy wants to take me to the top of a skyscraper, not only to see the views, but to walk across the most famous sky bridge on Earth, which has glass floors. If you are scared of heights, then this isn't a place for you.
We are standing on the 47th floor of a building and there's a glass floor below us. Don't look down. Okay, let's look down. Ready?
Don't be really scary because you need to trust the technology, the modern technology about civil engineering and the architecture, quality.
When you look out and see this view, what do you think about?
I think it's first is very unique.
When I stand here and look out at this view, I think about futuristic cities. Like Chongqing is really unique. In the next 10, 20 years in China, there's going to be more cities like this that are just so futuristic. What do you enjoy about Chongqing?
I enjoy the delicious food, some beautiful ladies, and our many beautiful streets, and our metal forest.
How do you think Chongqing is different from the rest of the big cities in China?
Because Chongqing we have full of history first.
Is there anything you don't like about Chongqing?
The weather in July and August. Sometimes it's too hot.
How about the air pollution?
Air pollution, I think for the recent years it's very good now.
I don't think it's good.
You don't think it's good?
No. It's always foggy and you can feel that there's like...
So sometimes when you come to other cities, it's also like this.
As night falls, I asked Joy to take me to the most vibrant square because like most big cities in Asia, Chongqing comes alive at night. I'm hoping to meet somebody who can explain what it's really like to live here, but all I'm saying are TikTokers and live streamers. We just arrived at night to this amazing viewpoint overlooking the city. The skyline gives serious Hong Kong vibes, but I'm gonna say here's better because there's less tourists. Joy was telling me that these are all local people here that just come hang out, have a beer, and look at the beautiful view.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad to see every single person behind me on the beach TikToking and looking at screens. It's like they're totally absent from the moment. They're not even looking at the view, they're just looking at their phones and posing for TikTok. Just trying to take a minute here and appreciate this beautiful, insane view.
I think it's sad because they are too focused on the internet life. But for me, I prefer people come here to enjoy like the view and the city and the culture, but they don't do that for young people.
They do. They're all stuck on their phones.
This Chongqing experience is not complete without trying hot pot, the communal dining experience where you cook meat, vegetables, and tofu into a simmering pot of spicy broth. They say that hot pot originated in this city, and there are literally thousands of restaurants to choose from. After a failed attempt at the world's largest hot pot restaurant with almost 6,000 seats on a mountain, we finally make it to a tunnel that has a lot more character.
Used to be the war shelter in World War II.
Oh.
When Japan, they have bombs and people are hid inside. And now it's a hot pot.
And now we're just eating hot pot. Yeah. It's a hot pot party. This is like the world's longest restaurant of hot pot only inside of this bunker for World War II. Like nobody would know about this place unless you're with the locals, so I'm so grateful to have Joy with me. The hot pot is so spicy that you can feel and taste the peppers in the air. It's like making me cry as I walk through. The restaurant is so long that they have robots serving the food, bringing it up and down. No joke, we've literally been walking for 10 minutes through this tunnel. And there's just more people and more tables and more hot pot. It's the most absurd restaurant I've ever seen in my life. This is a beautiful table of hot pot. All the different vegetables together. And look how spicy the peppers are in the center. That looks so spicy. It's all peppers, literally.
And this is one of my jobs. Make you feel not hot, but no.
Beautiful. And look. So good. Okay, the plan is we're gonna buy beer and surprise all these old guys with some beer. We're gonna make some new friends right now. Welcome to Chongqing! You guys are hammered. Oh, I got a Thank you.
Chongqing is a very unique city. The people's personality, people's friendly, people's open. That's the thing, but different from other cities. Chongqing people.
I've never seen a flask this big in my life. This is called Baijiu. It's really strong liquor. Yes. 走一个. Thank you. Come back. Later. Oh my god. Okay. Wow! Yay! Mate just slammed it down. What do you think about America?
It's very good. He likes US dollar. He likes America, but they don't like Trump.
But the people are different than the politics.
Cheers.
Come back.
周末愉快，周末愉快。
Friendship. China, America. Crazy. This could be the best meal in the world because you have so many different meats and vegetables going into two different flavors of broth. We have the really spicy one. We have the tomato one that's mild. This is like a dream come true. Hot pot in Chongqing. This is the spicy one. That's really, really spicy. Holy hell, that is spicy. My nose is running like a faucet.
Welcome to Chongqing once more.
Thank you, 谢谢.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Wow. We just paid the bill. It was 171 renminbi, which is $23 for all of that, including the drinks.
That's why you guys should come to Chongqing.
I can't believe how incredible Chongqing has been. Leaving the megacity behind, we travel west to a region that's home to a large Muslim population and a culture unlike anywhere else in the country. Xinjiang is home to 12 million Uyghurs, a Muslim ethnic minority who differ greatly from those of more traditional Chinese backgrounds. That's because their ancestors were nomadic tribes who migrated here from Central Asia. But due to all the restrictions surrounding Xinjiang, the area remains incredibly mysterious and is filled to the brim with people unseen and stories untold. So what is life really like for the Uyghurs in Xinjiang? And what can the world learn from their story? My mission is to uncover the truth in this hidden province and share my findings with the world. Will I succeed without running into trouble? Join me to find out. Our journey begins in the city of Kashkar. It was once a key stop on the Silk Road, a route where goods and ideas flowed from China to Europe from the 2nd century BC to the 1400s. As a traveler who's been to every country in the world, I've always wanted to visit Western China for its history and remoteness. But honestly, I have no idea what to expect.
Good morning. Walking on the streets here, and you can see them making bread in the traditional way, which is what they do all around Central Asia. They basically take the dough and they stick it on the side, throw water on it, and then let it cook. There's a guy making ice cream on the side of the road here, which is exactly like they do it in Kabul, Afghanistan. Pretty cool. Really creamy, really good. The signs look like they're in Arabic, but it's actually in Uyghur language, but it's written in Arabic letters. Bye-bye. Behind me you can see the large statue of Mao Zedong, so reminders that we are in fact in China. He's responsible for being one of the founders of China and brought it to be what it is today. When I see that statue, the first thing that comes to my mind is communism. He's viewed as a hero by many of the older generation Chinese, but the younger ones are not the biggest fans. I'm on my way to meet up with a Uyghur guide who's going to show me life in Kashkar from a local's perspective, but he prefers to remain anonymous because of the tensions in this region. Right away, we're heading to the busiest spot in town. I've made it to the Sunday animal market here in Kashkar. It only happens once a week, and it's a place where all these men gather to sell their sheep, their goat, their lamb, their cow, their chicken. It smells really bad in here. I'm inhaling some poop smells and dirt. It's really a cool sight to witness, and it just reminds me of other animal markets I've seen, like in Mauritania, there's a camel market. In my opinion, there's no better place to feel and sense the culture than at a market like this. And this guy's spitting a loogie behind me. There's a lot going on around here. The cows are being slapped, they're being moved, and there's a lot of dust in my face. This is kind of the indoor section, which is actually quite nice because it's shading us from the heat. This is the barber shop right here. He's cutting them to make them look nice to sell. They shave the butt so it looks like a human butt. We got some negotiations happening right behind me. I think a deal was just made with that handshake. I think he really wants me to buy the goat. The handshakes are a real thing here. Can you tell me about Uyghur culture?
对，因为我游客都比较喜欢听婚俗这一方面的故事，就婚礼跟你们不一样，我们是分为早宴和晚宴。况且新疆每一个地区，南北疆甚至是每一个城市，它每一个县的。
This whole place feels like a movie set, which it kind of is because it was built about 20 years ago. And it's kind of sad that all the ancient history and tradition here has been demolished and now it's pretty much built for tourists. You can see basically tourists on every single corner. Like none of this is original, but it looks original. All of these shops are brand new and just catered for tourists. The gift shops are huge here. You can see there's paintings, all kinds of little handcraft made things, magnets. It almost gives vibes of the Grand Bazaar in Istanbul here. This is all the old city that remains here in Kashkar. Thousands of years of history, and this is it. It's turned into a museum. Like in other places in Central Asia, you'll find old towns like this, but they're still bustling with markets and people around, and it's really cool to visit. Entering the mosque here, there's a beautiful walkway. Just get the hairs on my arms stand up. It's just so beautiful here.
This grand place of worship features a gate tower, a courtyard, a teaching area, and a large prayer hall. Originally built in 1442 and restored multiple times, it draws thousands of worshippers every week. During major Islamic celebrations like Ramadan, up to 20,000 people can fill the outside square.
We're inside the mosque now. You can see it's very, very rugged, and there's no dome like most mosques have. I actually haven't been in a mosque in quite some time, so it's pretty amazing in here. On the wall there is a rather large carpet. It's got to be like 15 feet tall. It's actually my first mosque that I've ever visited in China, so it's a special moment right now. What do you enjoy about the Uyghur culture?
I think it's quite different from our Han people.
Yeah.
And it has a long history. I know that there are a lot of ancient cities and ancient kingdoms, I should say.
I get a little bit sad when I walk through here and it's all like commercial and touristy.
Yeah.
How does that make you feel?
I think you should say that you can compare the ancient city and also the modern city. It's totally different.
Just as I get comfortable and sit down to rest, we have a little problem.
Our guide is being really pushy and keeps taking us to the same loop here in the old town, and we don't really want to be in this touristy town. It doesn't feel authentic. I'm trying to like meet people, so we're trying to break off from him, but he's refusing. So we're having a bit of an issue right now. I don't really know what's going to happen, and he's worried that we're going to make him look bad if we break off. So I'm just trying to stay calm, and hopefully we're going to be able to have a solution here. I've hired many local guides in my life, like hundreds, and only a few times have I had like a miscommunication, and right now is probably the most stressful and like the most disconnect between what he wants to take us and what we want to experience. A lot of behind the scenes stuff going on that it's just making it really difficult to be here. I mean, I don't want to be around all these Chinese tourists taking selfies all day. That's not why I came to Kashkar, so we'll see what's going to happen.
After 20 minutes of negotiating, I tell the guide I'm going to meet a friend at a coffee shop and he can wait for me at the hotel. I'm about to meet someone who's going to show me a completely different side of Kashkar.
Okay, we've successfully gotten away from the guide and on the other side of town, meeting a local that we got connected to at a barbershop. Hello. How are you? It's so hot outside and the guy can see we're dying, so he brought us a Red Bull. Red Bull in China is quite different than elsewhere around the world. It doesn't have bubbles. It's like a Red Bull juice. It feels more like a bar than a barber shop. And all the bottles are full. All right, Musa-jang. Okay, we got in a taxi. He's taking me to one of his favorite restaurants in town. It already feels way better now that we have left the touristy old city and we're actually with local people and local life. We've arrived to the other side of town where no tourists can be seen. Oh man, this is sweet.
I wasn't expecting to find such a luxury restaurant on the outskirts of Kashkar, but it tells me that there is a hidden upper class here. This place is packed with locals, and I'm starving.
If you picked me up and dropped me in this restaurant, I would guess I'm in Paris, especially with that French music playing in the background. It is so cool in here. Not at all what you would expect from Xinjiang Province in Kashkar. This meal's on me. I'm gonna buy this because it's like a fancy place. Is this a normal kind of restaurant for you guys? All the food is arriving and it looks amazing. Oh, rock candy. They have this in Afghanistan and Iran. This is nice. You put it in the tea. Like that. This is becoming a very colorful and plentiful table. I hope you're hungry, bro. All right, let's dig in. What I like about this cuisine is it's like a mix of Chinese and Uyghur. Like you have some of these spices, especially on these noodles, that feel like that chili oil that you get around China. But some of the meats are really unique. What's the experience like for you, like hanging out with an American here? Oh, those are the kebabs that I've been wanting to try since I've been here. So I guess everything we ate up until now has been an appetizer. The kebabs have arrived. How do I handle this monster plate? This looks 10 out of 10. I can just smell it. Oh, he made it like a sandwich. No, that's for you. That's yours. This is mine. So take a bite right here. Mmm. Really spicy, incredible, juicy, flavorful. Now I feel like I'm in Central Asia.
That was one of the best meals I've had in all of China, and it only leaves me hungry for more. That's why we're heading to the night market. And don't be confused if it's not dark outside yet, because believe it or not, China has a one time zone policy.
It's literally 10 p.m. right now, and there's hustle and bustle all around.
So we're on Beijing time despite being a world away.
We're here in the night markets. It's really nice to see locals hanging out, eat some food. Even though we can't talk to each other, we're still enjoying each other's presence. Rahman, Tashakur. We're gonna try some street food right now.
Welcome to Xinjiang.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
What's your name? Nice to meet you.
I'm Uyghur.
You're Uyghur?
Yeah.
I'm American.
USA?
Yeah, USA. But I like Uyghur people so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
we like USO people. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Hello.
Hi. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Where are you from?
Xinjiang, China.
I hope you have a nice day. Friendly people everywhere just coming up and saying hi. It's pretty great. Whoa. We're about to try some Xinjiang iced yogurt. Giving it a try. Whoa. I thought it would be sweet and refreshing, but it's like a sour yogurt. Very, very strange. The faces here are so diverse. You have people that look like they're from Europe or even Turkey, like this guy. Freshly squeezed pomegranate juice here, which is a staple all around Central Asia. Yes, good. Sweet as can be and delicious. Everywhere you go in China, there's police watching you from every angle. But here in Xinjiang, it's on another level, like the guy right behind me. If you ever wanted to try goat legs, you can do it right here in this market. This is a giant bowl of rice with goat in it. These guys dancing, is this like Uyghur culture or are they just dancing for the tourists here? So far I have not seen a single other Westerner here or foreigner. Only Han Chinese and Uyghur. It's pretty awesome.
Hello, hello.
Pretty amazing night market. Definitely gonna come back here again someday soon. Just got back to my room and yeah, that was a really interesting day. From the tour guide being a little strange to walking around trying to make sense of the place. I enjoyed it overall. It's just a bit stressful shooting while I'm feeling pretty sick. It's super hot outside and there's just a lot of tension in the air. So anyways, gonna hit the hay here. I got a really nice big bed, which is awesome. Excited for a full day of exploration tomorrow and learning more about this amazing place that I'm in. The culture is outstanding and I'm just really looking forward to it. So good night guys, hopefully I can sleep off the sickness. I'll see you in the morning. Peace.
It's bright and early, and if there's one thing I'm sure of, it is not to walk around the old city anymore. It feels too much like Disneyland, with fancy candy shops and over-the-top cafes. I want to dig deeper and find out what Uyghurs do in their everyday lives. What kind of jobs do they have? How do they feed their families? So I hailed down a taxi to take me far outside town to a random village in search of something more authentic.
We only took a car ride 40 minutes outside of Kashkar city, and we've entered a whole new world with no tourists. Everybody really friendly, open to the cameras, and you just feel like you're in the culture way more here. It's a good travel tip. Sometimes you got to get outside of the main city centers and go to random villages. The melons in this province are absolutely amazing. They're huge. Look at these cantaloupe. Over here you have guys sitting down having a little cantaloupe party. It's quite nice. Fresh cantaloupe with the elderly men. Mmm. Delicious. I'm so jealous that these guys live in a place that they have the freshest melons in the world. They can just chill here and eat melon. This guy's super friendly. He just saw us walking and he said, come try my melon. So here we are, eating melon together. Behind me is a mausoleum for Afa Koja. It was built in 1640 and it's one of the holiest sites for all Muslim people in the Xinjiang Province. And if you look at it, it's absolutely stunning. It reminds me of architecture you'd find in neighboring countries like Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan, and Iran. Really, really special here.
This is my first taste of true Islamic culture in China, and I'm in total awe. Is this really China?
Just feels very, very ancient here and very old and traditional. These blue tiles are stunning. Oh. You can really feel Uyghur culture and see what their daily lives are like. They're just out here hustling, selling goats and sheep, and everyone's super friendly. They're not just hustling to try to sell an extra dollar. Very, very kind-hearted people, very friendly. We found the goat section here. Everyone's just selling goats. I wonder what they cost. It's a really, really cool scene to be here right now. I'm just surrounded by Uyghurs and their goats. Oh, and I'm getting pushed by a goat. This guy is transporting a sheep on the back of his little car. How are you? We just found a pack of kids here walking home from school. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. They're really funny. They're really curious little guys. How are you? How old are you? 15. You're very tall. How old are you? 14. Wow.
One of the school kids really wants to join us, so I'm gonna treat him to his favorite restaurant in town. But before we eat, we are heading to check out the local markets.
I'm gonna buy a Uyghur hat, traditional one. My head's too big for this one. Yeah, okay. Always a nice gesture to dress locally, get a local hat or something. Just gains a lot more respect from the locals and you feel cool. All right, we got our ice cream. 3 ingredients, milk, sugar, and eggs. The best. You dropped it. Oh, you dropped it. We gotta get you another one. I love the bazaars here. They have an assortment of all kinds of snacks and candies and nuts and dried fruits, raisins. It's such a beautiful sight to see. I like that they scream and chant when they put the big plates of bread and dumplings on. Yeah! All these Uyghur guys behind me just hanging out, eating food and watching a movie. You can see watermelon is really a way of life for Uyghur people. I'm in the middle of a Uyghur watermelon party. Hey! It's really funny, as they're making the dumplings, they're just screaming things. We got the goat hanging here. This is an incredible scene. These dumpling guys screaming has caught my attention. So here we go with a rural eating scene in Xinjiang Province, China. I think he doesn't want him to pay. Yeah, he didn't want him to pay. I think Uyghur food is really, really good. You're lucky to live here, man. Mancha. What do you want to be when you grow up? You should make friends with the owner here. How many languages can you speak? So just Uyghur and Chinese.
Okay, let's go. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Rahmat. Same. It's really cool to see the diversity of the cuisine here. Of course, you've got meat skewers, which you can find all over Central Asia. And then you have this rice dish, which in Uzbekistan they call it pilau. It's just like a carrots and oily rice with some vegetables on top of it. And then this has a lot of inspiration from Central China with like the spices, oils, the aromas, and the peppers. But there's also some local touches on it. So it's really cool to have like a mix of cuisines here. Thank you.
It's okay.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
I hope you have a nice day.
Welcome to Xinjiang.
All right, that was delicious. Thanks for taking me here, buddy. The kid went home with his sister. Little does he know, we came back to the sheep market here to buy a sheep for him and his family. We've entered the larger sheep market, and now the question is, who are we gonna buy from? Salam alaikum. Alaikum salam. How much for a sheep? I'll take that one right there. Oh. Deal. Yeah, he's holding my hand. I can't let go. Okay. I can't pull it away. He's just holding it. Oh, got a little WeChat. And we're still shaking hands, by the way. It's normal to do that, to shake hands for like 5 minutes. We just bought the sheep, and now we're going to put it on a car to take it to the village. He's asking if we want to butcher it now, and I told him no. Crazy stuff, man, crazy stuff. The sheep has been transported from that little truck to the trunk of the car. It's a bit cruel, but you know, this is real life, how it happens, and I'm just here to document it. We're bringing the sheep handler with us. Get in here, big guy. All right, we have a car full of people and a sheep in the back.
I'm humbled to gift this sheep to the kid's family, because out here, these animals are as valuable as money. It's just a kind gesture, but I know that it'll mean a lot to them.
Hi, how are you? We got you a sheep. It's for you, because your son was so nice to help us, so I wanted to give back, and we got you guys a sheep. It's for you. She's so happy. Pretty nice moment here, even though we can't speak to them much, but you can feel the emotion. I wish you all the best of luck and happiness, and really nice meeting you guys. Take care. The family looks to be equally in shock and surprised as they are to receive a big gift like a sheep, and also to have a foreigner standing at their house. But it just feels really good to be nice to people and do good things, because karma always comes back in the end. And I'm just really happy to be out here and to meet the local culture and to really humanize them, because they're just people and they are living humble lives out here in the countryside, and that's really my mission of coming here.
Next up, I'm going to China's most surprising region. This province is called Inner Mongolia, and it has more ethnic Mongols than the country of Mongolia itself.
There is not a word of English here. We just look at each other and smile.
But the sad part is that the heritage that defines this region might soon go extinct. That's because China is cracking down on other languages and forcing people to relocate. On top of that, hardly any tourists come here, even though this region has some of the most stunning scenery in the world.
Feel the power of nature. Inner Mongolia, baby.
My mission for coming here is simple. I want to share a meal with locals, hear their stories, and attend one of their epic wrestling matches. Along the way, we can figure out how to preserve Inner Mongolia's cultural heritage before it's too late. From Beijing, I'm catching a flight to a remote town called Tanglao, where my local friend Chingle is waiting to receive me.
I have no idea what's going to happen the next 2 days.
Nomad people, all Mongolian people, nature, cattle, animals, horses.
All right, bro, let's do it. Not a whole lot of English out here. I've seen 1 or 2 words on the signs, and that's it. This is the first time I've been to a Chinese city that is not called Beijing, Shanghai, or Guangzhou, and it feels very different. It's a little more rugged, run down. There's no like sparkly, shiny, fancy buildings anywhere, which is awesome.
Inner Mongolia is an autonomous province, which means it has some local control over its own affairs, but is still governed by Beijing. It is a beautiful region known for its vast landscapes and colorful traditions. Despite its name, the region is predominantly Han Chinese, and Mongolian culture is rapidly disappearing. Today, only 1% of Mongolian students go to school in their native language, and many historical sites are in danger of being lost due to the impact of modernization. Speaking of, I am shocked to find a teenage game center on the roads to my guide's village.
There's all these kids literally smoking cigarettes and just playing games. We've been driving for about 5 hours and we just pulled over to look at the beautiful grasslands here. The craziest fact that I just learned is that Inner Mongolia is more than 5 times the size of Germany. Just this province in China. It just goes on forever. All right, bro, so we're getting close to your town?
Yeah, exactly. After this village, nobody speaks Chinese, and then no Chinese people, all Mongolian community.
As we're driving, there's just cows and horses crossing the roads. Just so peacefully, we got to stop and pull over. It's really cool to be out here. Mongolia is a country that I only visited for like 3 days, so I always wanted to go back. And even though we're in China, I feel like I'm back in Mongolia. We are arriving in Chingle's village. It was a long journey to get here, but a nice journey.
This is my house. We own a little shop here. We sell a little products over here. And then here we go, this way. This way is where we live.
So it's connected to the shop.
Yeah, connected to the shop, work and chill.
Nice,
both.
man.
Yeah.
This is really cool.
And then this is where you guys sleep.
Our room.
Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, welcome in Inner Mongolia, bro.
It's very peaceful here, like no traffic.
Yeah, pretty chill here.
What was it like to grow up here?
It's like pretty comfy, fresh air, pretty calm, horse riding.
The seasons are really different here, like.
Wow, it's very cold. It's like -30 sometimes.
In the winter.
Yeah, in the winter. And then in the summer, it's like pretty hot, like 30, sometimes 40 sometimes. Like old folks just hang out over there with their grandsons. And then when they're young, they rest every day. During that time, it's like no internet, no television, and then they wrestle, they horseback riding, racing.
Wow.
Yeah. But nowadays, you know, we got phones, television, and everybody's like addicted to the short videos.
So like, it changed a lot.
It literally changed a lot.
Do you feel like your culture is dying out because of that technology?
Yeah, exactly. Before, people like maintaining Mongolian traditional culture, but nowadays, tech is literally hacking their brain.
But that's really sad, man.
Yeah, it's pretty sad.
But you know what's not sad is this amazing view in front of us. Wow. Look at those mountains, man. Feel the power of nature.
Here we go. Inner Mongolia, baby.
You know, where I come from is like a desert. Cactus, totally opposite of this.
Wow. Welcome here, bro.
The only thing more impressive than the nature is the heartwarming people. I'm eager to sit down with some of the villagers and dive into their stories, starting with Chingle's precious grandmother.
What makes you happy in life?
It's like pretty happy you guys come over.
Oh, that's nice. Do you mind if I ask, how old are you?
82.
That's the same age as my grandma. Can you tell me about your childhood, like growing up here? What were your memories here?
Life is getting better and better. It's pretty tough before.
Oh, can I ask why was it tough before?
Before it's pretty poor, and then my grandma got like 7 kids, and then it's hard to raise 7 kids.
What do you think about China?
China's getting better. We're getting wealthy.
We're getting wealthy. You had 7 kids, but your son had 1 kid. So you were born during the years of one-child policy.
Exactly.
We all heard about that in the US, but I never actually met someone who was born as part of that.
China's one-child policy lasted from 1980 to 2015 as an effort to shrink the fast-growing population. And it worked because an estimated 400 million births were prevented. I can't imagine ever being forced into that life, but it's just part of the reality of living in the People's Republic of China. As I head back into Chingle's house, I can smell something that his mom is cooking for us. I can't wait to try hearty Mongolian cuisine for the first time. And here, it's all about the meat.
There's no way we're gonna finish this.
Try our best, bro.
Cheers, man.
Cheers.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome,
Appreciate
bro.
it.
Welcome here. Enjoy it.
Thank you. It's so tender and juicy and fresh, like from farm to table.
Yeah. This is Mongolian cheese.
Interesting. Really dry and flaky. It's kind of like Parmesan cheese.
Yeah, it's full of energy, bro.
The best thing about Central Asia is the dumplings. They have all over. They're just super tasty. Yeah. Wow. Homemade dumplings in Inner Mongolia. Checked off a bucket list. We're having a slumber party like we did when in 7th grade. So we're all crashing on this this little ledge here. Thanks, man.
That night, Chingle tells me there's a huge celebration tomorrow where I can expect lots of horse racing and wrestling. The excitement in his voice is contagious, and I can hardly wait for the sun to rise.
4:45 a.m. We woke up early before sunrise to go drive around this place and see who we can meet. We got bikes, let's do it, man.
There's nothing like a motorcycle ride to kickstart the morning, especially when the scenery is this epic. Mountains, rivers, grasslands, and forests all in one place.
We are now off into the dirt roads.
We're not only heading out to explore the countryside, but also to visit Mongolians living in traditional yurts. I can already tell that today is going to be full of adventures.
See if Mate can make it. All right.
After 2.5 long hours squeezed onto the back of the bike, we finally spot our first yurt.
How's it going? We just met this guy 2 seconds later. He's like, come in my house.
This is like a traditional wooden. It's been like a lot of years, few decades. Yeah, it's real one, actual people who live in here.
You can smell the wood when you enter this place. It's really, really cool. Tell me about the lifestyle here, like the people. How do you spend your time here?
Basically like cowboying and manage the sheep, cattle, and then there's someone who hungry, like pass by, and then they, provide food, tea.
I see everybody here has phones and cars. Do you think that all this technology is kind of changing the traditional Mongolian culture?
Society is developing, so it's like we gotta follow the society. When people like riding motorcycle, we need to like get a motorbike too. There's good way, there's bad way, so there's no one answer.
Do you hope that the traditional lifestyle will continue, or are you okay with all of the change happening?
We're concerned about our nomadic culture is like weakening, because nowadays like different policies like coming up, and then I can't judge any of this policy, but like, it is what it is. Yeah.
How do you feel that the Mongolian people are different than Chinese people?
We Mongolian is like nomadic culture, so we protect our environment, balance, life balance, animal and then nature. We're nomad culture, but the Chinese people is like farming culture. They're like not destroying, but like herding the grass, and then they farm every year. Because of the different culture, so we have different mentality.
Do you feel threatened by China?
He's not afraid of our government.
He's not afraid?
Not afraid.
Have you ever had a foreigner here before?
Nobody.
First one?
Yeah. You're the first one.
That's cool.
Congratulations.
Thank you. What are some things you can do to preserve the Mongolian culture?
First thing is education. How our government, how we teach our kids really matter. And then the second thing, nowadays, like our kettles, before we can move anywhere we want, but now get stuck in one place. And then our kettle numbers is like going down really quickly, because Mongolian is a nomad culture. If they stop us to nomad, where's Mongolian culture?
That's powerful. If you could say one message to everybody in the world, what would you tell them?
Eat natural food, not like full of chemistry products.
Everybody here seems to be pretty like healthy, like fit.
What do you think about the Mongolian people in your opinion?
I think Mongolian people are really respectful. They're really welcoming to outsiders. Like in other parts of the world, they're not always that, hospitable. I think it's just like a peaceful life up here. That's what I think. That was quite a nice stop. We just rolled up unannounced, and they all have phones and stuff, but they're still holding on to their culture. Barely. For your everyday recreational activity, men just like to wrestle each other. Life here is incredibly peaceful. Like everyone just kind of hangs out in their house, spends time with their family and friends. They got cattle they take care of. It's like such a different world to be out here, and taking a step back and realizing like this is what they do. This is like exactly how they live. And it's really nice to experience like an alternative side of life, especially if you live in big cities. Do you wish that Inner Mongolia was like an independent country, or do you wish it was part of Mongolia?
We're like co-working, and when we provide our meat, our cattle, and then we study from the Chinese people. If we don't have the Chinese people's help, we can't live wealthy like right now.
Wi-Fi. He's asking me if I want Wi-Fi. So bizarre they have Wi-Fi out here. Wi-Fi. Globalization is real. What was it like living here like 50 years ago?
When grandma's young, they're like getting milk from cow originally, and then nowadays the young folks like ignoring getting milk and then traditional things.
How does it make you feel that the culture here is slowly dying out?
We gotta maintain our lifestyle like this. Do not lose it.
As we keep exploring the area, a friendly man offers to let me ride his horse. How can I turn down an opportunity like this in a place where horses mean everything?
Like horse and Mongolian people are like friends, allies, who support each other.
I've very rarely ridden horses, so he's gonna teach me.
Yeah, just relax. Horse is your friend, and then just treat him nice, and then nicely just pull, and then.
So stopping it, if you pull it, he'll stop.
Yeah.
All right, let's give it a try. You gonna be nice to me? I'm riding a horse for the first time, like by myself. How do I look?
It makes me sad that Inner Mongolians are unable to speak freely about the changes affecting their lives. Although China has made strides in modernizing the region with new roads and infrastructure, they're also slowly killing their culture. For example, the Mongolian language is being phased out in schools, traditional festivals are being replaced by state-approved ones, and nomadic herders are being forced to move to cities. This erases their history under the guise of progress.
What do you think about Genghis Khan?
Yeah, Genghis Khan is definitely our ancestor, and then everybody likes, love our ancestor Genghis Khan, and we're proud of it, China is like growing so fast, and then even in rural area in Inner Mongolia, and then we get 5G, and then nice roads, and then nice buildings around, and then this is a good thing, yeah. And on the other hand, it's like growing too fast, we're losing something, yeah.
In a few hours starts Nadam, which means game in Mongolian. It's their annual version of the Olympics, and each region in both Mongolia and Inner Mongolia adds its own twist. The most common sports are horse racing, archery, and wrestling. And the competition is quite fierce. It is surreal that I'm the only tourist, and that I just happened to be here at the exact time this once-a-year event kicks off.
We've made it to Nadam Festival, which is like their Olympics here in Inner Mongolia. Oh, thank you. He's fixing my belt. I got my traditional outfit on. We're going to be spending the whole day here looking at horse racing, wrestling, all the above. Thank you. I think all the horses are being measured so we can get their exact dimensions before they go out and compete. There's a lot of commotion over here. Everyone's screaming and they're having a good time. So now they're gonna race.
Yeah, 100%.
And what does the winner get?
Oh, one young horse. Yeah.
Oh, let's go. This is like a summertime activity, right?
Exactly. This is our Mongolian traditional game, and then right now it's like horse racing. Everybody's getting together.
Everybody here is Mongolian.
Exactly.
There's no Chinese people in here.
Yeah, no Chinese people.
What I like about this place is people are really friendly.
Exactly. I guess you're the only white person ever here.
They're very curious when they see me and just kind of want to shake hands. Walking around here, I get quite the attention. Everyone wants selfies. Selfie, selfie, selfie. Okay, selfie, selfie. Mate's getting a picture right now. My face is gonna end up all over his Chinese social media.
I'm heading to the other side of the festival where all the food is, because that's one of the best things about traveling in Inner Mongolia.
It's like a street food wonderland over here. I just ordered these meat kebabs from Pig Man over here. Very good. There is not a word of English here. We just look at each other and smile. This is ridiculous, man. This is so ridiculous. Everyone that comes by takes a picture. We're about to eat a traditional Mongolian meal, meat pies. We got the meat right here, then he rolls it into a little ball. Yes. And then down here, they put it on the grill. And it is sizzling and looks amazing. I think I stand out a little bit in here, but that's all right. I'm hungry, excited to give the local cuisine a try. The traditional milk tea is served really hot and in these bowls. Cheers, bro. Whoa, it's salty. Is that normal?
It's pretty normal because Mongolian tea is after salt tea.
This is really salty, man.
How's it?
Salty milk tea. It is what it is. If people are doing it, I'm into it. So we got the whole plate here. They're like little pancakes with meat inside. They kind of remind me of pupusas, which is a street food in El Salvador. They make them just like this. Enjoy. It's really greasy and really meaty. Really strong meat flavor. That's really good, bro.
How'd you like it?
I like it a lot. Soft shell meat taco with nothing else inside but meat.
Mongolian people can't live meat, bro. I always was meat. considered as a proper food.
They eat a lot of meat in Mongolia. We are very landlocked. We're nowhere near the sea. There's no fish here.
No fish, no vegetable much.
No vegetables, just meat. I'm trying to leave this as a tip, but she won't accept it. Tip. A tip, like extra money. It's a tip. She doesn't want it. All right. I guess not. I'll leave it on the table. Someone will grab it. Crazy. Everywhere in China is like Alipay. You just beep your phone. But only in rural areas you can still use cash. What is this car?
It's a Chinese old car.
Like, what does this star thing say?
Star thing is like August 1st. August 1st is like the Chinese military festival, something like that.
There's a China flag over here because we're in China. This lady behind me literally is riding 4 horses at once. Impressive. What do you enjoy the most about like Mongolian people and Mongolian culture?
She likes horse racing a lot.
You have a nice haircut. Oh. All right, we are now moving onwards to wrestling. If we can somehow cross this river to get there.
We slush our way over to the other side of the mountain, where the wrestling is about to begin.
Stuck in traffic. Mongolians are not the most patient of drivers.
Much to my surprise, there's a fellow American in the competition who's been living and training in Inner Mongolia for 5 years.
My background is Chinese style wrestling, so I came here because the Mongolians are the best at that. Yeah. But then I just fell in love with the culture, the wrestling, and now I'm here.
Like best in the world at that.
In Chinese style wrestling, they run everything.
How do you know who you're wrestling against?
You don't.
Really? You just show up?
Out there and they call you, you put your hand up and you turn around and you're like, okay,
you just kind of
no weight division.
Really?
Yeah, so I might have like a monster, or I might have like a really small guy, you don't know.
What does wrestling as a sport mean to the culture here?
This is probably one of the oldest wrestling styles that still exists today, and it didn't really change much.
Right.
And it's just, I think it's the closest thing to real like combat in terms of how the guys trained 800 years ago, because the rules never changed. Everything's the same. That's part of like Mongolian wrestling. Don't fear the big man, don't underestimate the smaller man.
All right, so it's just about to begin in a few minutes. What do you think about these wrestlers? Are they good?
These people are monsters, man.
Do you think our American friend is gonna win?
Yeah, I trust him.
There he is. He's looking pretty big.
They said we picked the old wrestler with our American wrestler friend, but I think Hanga will win.
Alright, got called up here. I'm just enjoying my banana. They're going to wrestle. Our American friend is fighting right now, right in front of us. Oh. That was easy. That was a quick one. He won the first match. Hey bro, give me a recap of that first round. What happened?
They gave me an easier match with a bit of an older guy. He was nervous. I could feel him grab my fingers shaking. And then he just wanted to charge me. But in Mongolian wrestling, you don't do that. He was trying to scare me, but I just snapped him down.
It lasted about 3 seconds.
Yeah.
This guy behind me is literally a monster. I would not want to fight against him. I'm sitting here in the middle of the wrestling match. There's guys fighting all around me. There's blood, sweat, and tears pouring into this sport. And it means so much for the people here in Inner Mongolia. This is their Olympics. This is huge for them. This is like the biggest event of the year. Really, really cool to be here right now. I got my money on the big guy. Our boy's coming out. Let's go, Team America. This sport is ruthless. These guys are just giving it their all. It's such a cool, pure form of fighting. It's just man versus man. We got Team America fighting right now. Let's do it. Damn! Yeah! God, that was sick. How'd that feel?
The past 3 days I've spent in Inner Mongolia has changed my entire opinion of China. This country is so big and diverse. For the people of Inner Mongolia, their traditions are central to their identity, and future generations deserve to inherit their rich heritage. Despite pressures to assimilate into Chinese society, the Mongols' commitment to preserving their land is inspiring, and I'm so grateful to Chingo for showing me a side of his country that I never knew existed.
What's one message you want to say to the world?
My message to the world is like cherish your culture. Culture makes people unique. Protect your culture. Don't regret when you lose it.